Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Animation Analysis. As always, I'm Sam,
And good morning. My name is Immortal.
and joining us today, once again, will be our good friend WarLord.
Yo, what's good, homies? Sorry if I sound a little bit tired. It's very late over here in the UK.
It's okay. You just need to stick to the script and you'll be fine.
What
I'm sorry, I forgot to
script?
get
We
the
don't have a
script.
script.
What script? Anyway,
Oh,
anyways,
email it to you.
anyway,
You
so
bastards ever told me there was a script?
this is why I like doing this shit informal. Anyways, so here we're gonna be discussing the latest episode, Cole MacGrath vs. Alex Mercer. Now, one thing we should mention, I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point if you've been a longtime fan of the show, but this matchup is by far the most requested death battle of all time. So there's a lot of expectations for this episode, which we'll get into as we get into the animation.
It's
Right,
like,
before we actually I was gonna ask you a little question before we do go any further in this. Do either of you have any familiarity with both series involved in this, apart from what you've seen in the episode?
not at all.
I have a bit of familiarity. Infamous, I know mostly thanks to secondhand information, because do you remember back when countdown YouTubers were a really big thing?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Green Scorpion talked about Infamous a lot. Like, he had Cole as his number one, for top 10 video game Electromancers. So I
remember that episode.
Yeah, God, I feel old. But yeah, I know a fair bit about Infamous, mostly thanks to Green Scorpion and a bit of a quarter guy. As for Prototype, I've actually I remember being interested in how Alex says it worked as a character. This was long before I got into Death Battle as a whole, so I remember been checking out the full gameplay videos of YouTube back in the day. I really did
World
like
of
the
Long
story
Ways.
for both games.
Alright, so I'm mainly asking because I happen to know Prototype more than I do Infamous. Like you, I've got second-hand knowledge of Infamous, but Prototype is pretty much my mainstay. So I was pretty much rooting for Alex the entire fight.
Yeah. So with that said,
Also,
yeah.
also like to go on the thing about what you said earlier, how this is a very old matchup. It's like fucking Ruby versus Maka. It should have happened legitimately years ago.
Oh yeah. You know what? I don't know why. I have
Honestly, okay. Here's the thing.
Yeah?
Why did it take a fucking poll for this to become an actual episode?
I'd imagine it was definitely due to the fact that there was the interest for this fight just kind of slowly faded away over time.
But then it came back in the Champions Bowl because it won the 3D.
Yeah. It was one of those things where it remains dormant for a while before kicking into overdrive. Anyway.
One could say it was a sleeping beast.
Yeah, Sleeping Beast makes sense. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the episode. Okay, starting off, can we say the setting they chose for this is absolutely perfect? The Ruined City fits both Infamous and Prototype perfectly.
It really does.
I don't know. I would have loved to see them fight on a pirate ship.
I will kill you one day.
Or maybe on a series of floating platforms with a giant paper man fighting in the background.
Oh, Smashy Bro. Anyway.
That's a PlayStation All-Stars
Yeah,
Battle
I
Royale
know it was. I
reference.
specifically said Smashing Bros on purpose. Anyways.
Oh, I was talking to the audience.
Wait, we have an audience? I didn't know.
Yeah, we get maybe 100 views on these videos.
Usually,
God
we
damn.
usually cap out at over 200 at least. Anyways,
And then there's some that get a couple thousand.
yeah. I really like how we start the POV shot of the inside the helicopters.
Man, I didn't know this was a Resident Evil fight.
I mean,
Okay, I really like the way they handle it here. It goes black, and then it gets lit up by the claw piercing through the door.
and Alex Mercer's just like, "Hi boys, you want to become my next meal?"
I think I've still got room for dessert. Buddy, you are one sick freak.
I really like the way it's set up. You know, Alex is doing Alex things while Cole comes in to stop him. With the way it is, it's set up in a way where it clearly takes place in both of their second games.
Yeah, like obviously you can tell that Alex Mercer in this scenario is like full evil, whereas Cole is like full good.
Yeah.
You don't know that. He's still a hero.
Oh no, he is genuinely a villain in Prototype 2. I know.
I'm aware of
I
that.
played both.
No, Immortal's just doing Immortal things.
Immortal, I will choke slam you through a table the next time, the first moment I see you. I swear to God.
Fucking try it, bitch.
Buddy, you are one sick freak.
Okay, I will say, I do like the way the tendrils for Alex are animated. I just wish they had like a little bit more red to them.
Yeah, I will admit
like they do add some more red later on, but like here it kind of feels a little bit unpolished. But I'm not gonna fault them because animating tentacles in 3D is definitely gonna difficult.
It's a tricky business.
They make it up for it though, because like when we get the like really fast motion lines here, we see like the splashes of red.
Yeah.
Also, I'm disappointed they got rid of the funny Cole scream when he gets thrown here in the preview.
Oh.
It sounded like it sounds like the Wario.
Yeah, copyright struck.
I'm Devastator.
Yeah, I love the way this one looks. All of them retract before exploding out in every direction. And Cole doesn't, and Cole starts rail grinding on them.
Hey, Shadow the Hedgehog.
Then we land back here, and we get to one of the most unintentionally funny parts of the fight. Alex Mercer jump scare. Just
the cannonball. Cannonball.
And like, yeah, this is what I meant when they pick up for the tentacle animation here.
Oh,
like,
wait a minute, I just realized something.
What is it?
It's a melee fighter using a cannonball attack against an electric fighter.
Yep.
Pikachu versus Blanca.
Hey, he clued it on, he clued it on.
See, it was all intentional.
Also, like, yeah, they add the red effects here, like when Alex like launches his extended arm here.
I love that evil laugh, Alex.
Oh yeah. We'll talk about the voice acting in a bit, like, because I want to mention the voice acting once we get to one of my favorite exchanges in the entire franchise.
Oh yeah.
I like how they also don't just when Cole climbs the building here, it's not just normal climbing. He has like the sparks of electricity to, you know, actually imitate it.
Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool.
Well, Alex does the fuck just like straight out of like Wolverine versus Raiden, the wall climb bit, except gliding now.
I mean, technically, in terms of how it works in the video games, it kind of makes sense that he kind of glides up it somewhat.
Yeah. I also do like how it's they didn't go for like the more lamer route here. Like instead of him just landing, he clings to the side of the building to pull himself down faster.
It's the fact he used the whip fist in combination with the sword to do that is fantastic.
Yeah, we got the first like major hand-to-hand bit, or like close combat.
Or it was technically armed combat.
Yeah. Also, I love how they use Cole's throw move. Like first the actual exchange here. I love how quick and fast it is. And then it leads to the throw.
Yeet.
It looks a little bit awkward, but that is definitely the intention, since that's how it looks like in the Infamous games.
Yeah.
Please show an example right now.
Also, and here, I think something really unique here is like the really quick like foreshadowing like before Cole uses his ice powers. Like throughout the entire time, Cole's lightning is blue. So here, it's still blue, but it's a slightly different color tone. And Alex thinks it's probably still lightning, so he tries to block it. He just tries to, like, you know, bat it away, disperse the lightning, but doesn't realize it's actually an ice attack.
It's freezing in here.
And then that leads to actually one of my favorite parts of the fight. This move. Like, first, Cole doesn't just, like, again, similar to Alex clinging to the building side to pull him down faster, Cole doesn't just lamely jump off the building. He propels himself with the ice fire, and then stabs straight through Alex's neck. Straight up breaking it, actually, before throwing him.
Such a sick shot.
And the sound design, too. You can just hear the crunching of the bones when Cole impales him and twists.
Ooh.
And the static basically static cling. Also, the atmosphere here, like, when Cole first lands in the building, you can hear someone scream. And then just all you see Cole looking around, you can see Alex's tendrils slightly in the back over there. You can see him in the back over there again, hiding. And Cole plays the logic game, plays the safer long distance game, and goes for the ice attack again. Which causes an explosion, and Alex... Also, this animation to represent Alex's healing ability. Holy crap.
It's just insane. It must be
What a nightmare. You don't know the half of it.
The way it's done here, like, I really love the way it's done here. Like, we can barely see him, but you can see how ripped up he is. And then when the smoke gets, like, significantly thicker, to, like, hide the transition into his higher form.
What a nightmare. You don't know the half of it.
And this shot here, like, when Alex is just, like, in the shadows, over, like, gonna move back here. Okay. Yeah, just this, the only, him in the shadows, the only parts of him that are lit up are the red parts of the black light virus and his eyes. Oh,
Yeah,
that
which
is
is
such a
pretty
cool shot.
It's a beautiful shot. Probably my favorite one in the whole fight.
Of it.
And then this is another part I really like. The Alex is a dive bomb move here. I really like, instead of him just, you know, boring, smash into the ground, that's it. He bounces off the ground for a punch. It's a really neat animation. And also, I love the more, like, flaming color his mutation has in the actual lighting here.
Yeah. The infection's really showing right there. It's very nice.
And then, oh, more helicopters, because clearly the people trying to go after Alex or Cole have not learned their lesson. So,
Next time.
Again, I didn't know this was a Resident Evil fight. Or helicopter pilots.
yeah, I really like the way, like, Cole jumps off of the helicopters here. He uses the static abilities to, like, cling to the underside and jump off at the right moment. And then, tornado.
Ooh, tornado.
And, like,
I'm gonna be honest, this looks like shit.
The
Okay,
tornado
that's a bit
itself.
too mean. Yeah, the tornado itself does not look good.
Yeah, I can admit that there. It's a little off compared to the, like, how all the rest of the fight looks.
Also, it's not even around him.
Also,
It starts behind him when he starts spinning.
what I will say though, can I talk about how the lighting looks on the metallic parts of Alex's body here? The blue light from the tornado looks so good on him.
It really does. it shines so brightly.
And then when I mentioned my favorite exchange.
So much power, and yet you waste it on these vermin. You and I can change this world for the better. The only vermin I see here is you.
It's such a good exchange, and I think another thing I really like is because Alex is in his evolved evolved state here. He's much bigger than Cole, so he looks much more imposing in this shot.
Truly the dynamic of the hero versus villain kind of idea.
Yeah, exactly.
For the better. The only vermin I see here is you.
And then when I haven't mentioned the music yet, I'll talk about more in depth, but when the violin kicks in here. And now the electric arm blades, or lightsabers as they called them in the analysis. I really love how the electricity looks here. It's like mostly focused around his arms, but it's also sparking off all around him.
Well, he made electric blades.
So, live Alex Mercer reaction, and then which leads to this is another thing I'm really happy they included, his armored form.
I would be very disappointed in this episode if they didn't include the armor form. That was probably his most integral piece in the first game.
It leads to the slugfest on the roof. A little quick, but I like the way it's the dynamic is conveyed really well. Alex is, well, it's not reflective of how their actual stats are in the versus element, but like the way it is, Cole's the quicker one with the faster strikes, while Alex is the much stronger, the juggernaut here with the much heavier strikes, which reflects both really fantastically in this animation. Then we lead into the climax.
Take this. You don't want to give me your power. Fine. I'll just take it. Good idea.
Nice. Setting over you in a reverse card.
Yeah, that's another detail I found out about later. Is yeah, I really like how Cole breaks free. Alex is it's real, the way you look at it. It's very quick because of how it goes, but Alex's armored form gets forcefully like peeled off of him because of all the electricity.
Which is very clever, I must admit.
Good idea.
That is an amazing death cry, and I love how they use the bioelectric leech. And another thing I found out is that Cole's, the reason why the electric starts pouring around them, apparently this is one of Cole's moves in the game, like an electric dive or something, where the higher Cole gets, like altitude-wise, the longer he dives, the stronger the attack gets. So Alex, bringing both of them up skyward, ended up screwing him over.
Yeah, it kind of inadvertently.
Mainly, it looks kind of lame.
And then we lead to the ending line, which is one of my favorite Bond one-liners in all of Death Battle.
I think you mean MCU one-liners.
But it's a lot better without you in it, asshole.
Just the way it's like acknowledged. Cole admits, yeah, the world sucks, but it's that doesn't mean he's going to stop fighting to prevent even worse people like Alex from making it worse. It's such a good line that finishes up perfectly this hero versus villain conflict.
Yeah.
It's just a shame the hero had to die.
And then, now, let's talk about the other aspects of the fight. I want to talk about the voice actors first, because holy crap, I love the voice acting in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole was voiced by Paul Gouillet, or Paul Gouillet. I'm sorry, I don't know how to say the name correctly. And he's actually the first voice actor in all of Death Battle to have a voice role in 3 episodes in a row.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really?
he was Silver Surfer in Martian Manhunter versus Silver Surfer, and Discord and Bill Cipher versus Discord. So that's actually an insane voice range. You got Silver Surfer, Discord, and Cole. All three distinctly different characters. Alex, on the other hand, also actually had a returning voice actor, and he's one of the new ones of the season, which I'm also very happy about. Alex is voiced by Kevin Rivera, who previously voiced Dimitri in Gus vs. Dimitri.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he
Now
sells.
that you bring it up, I can kind of hear it.
Yeah, like when he does the laughing or starts yelling, you can hear like some of the performance he used for Guts vs. Dimitri. And I honestly think it was a really good choice because he's done so far. With both Dimitri and Alex, he has done really good with like unhinged characters. Now we get to what's the next? Oh yeah, now the next part I want to talk about. Oh, the music. I love Inhuman as a track.
That's
It's
fine.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
I think what surprised me, the rap part I'm not surprised about. It really fits like the older styles, like where these games come from. But I think what surprises me is the violin aspect, which makes it so good. Like when the violin kicked in after the whole exchange Cole and Alex had on top of the building. Oh, I love that part.
I think the
It's
track
pretty
is
good.
fine.
Yeah,
I honestly wish they would also release the instrumental versions of tracks that have
Yeah.
vocals. They never do that.
I mean, I'd imagine they'd still get a lot. Those would get a lot of views on their own. I'm actually kind of surprised that doesn't do that. So yeah, with that said, yeah, honestly, I really ended up enjoying this episode, and as someone that's been with Death Battle like since back in like season 2, I'm really happy this episode finally happened and got a fairly good episode to show for it. Once again, I'm saying this, season 10 to me has not had a single bad episode. I know, it's a matter of opinion, but personally, I've been very happy with what Death Battle's been giving us.
You're right. It is
Given
a
that
matter
I've
of opinion.
only-
In my opinion, it's the right one.
Immortal, shut up.
We're all
You have
kind of
no
aware.
Shut up. This is
opinions.
our show.
Yeah,
no
but I'm
correct
posting this on
opinions,
my channel.
You have no correct opinion, sir. Sit the fuck down.
Anyways, but yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. Just overall, another fantastic episode.
This was probably I know I've only ever watched like maybe 2 whole episodes for this season, that being Chosen Undead and well, this one.
Yeah. But yeah, that's once again, great episode. Now we'll talk about the next time, which is okay. This one's a bit of an interesting one. I know a lot of my friends are really happy about this.
Season. So click that join button and jump into our Champions Discord.
Frieza versus Megatron. I know this matchup has gotten popular like fairly recently. I'm actually kind of excited for this one because I realized, wait, G1 Transformers actually has a lot of shit in the comics and other side content that makes this a surprisingly fair fight.
More fair than
I'm
more
cautious to see how this episode turns out.
Yeah, because
Yes, it's
you
another
are
Dragon
the
Ball
Dragon Ball
episode,
guy.
which... Yeah, this is another Dragon Ball episode, and I know people are getting a bit tired of those. But Frieza himself has a different power set to the other characters.
Yeah, and also in all
Hey.
fairness, the last time we had Dragon Ball was the finale of season 9, so that's like 10 episodes ago-ish? Yeah. So I honestly think 10 episodes is a decent gap for Dragon Ball. And honestly, we needed Megatron. Transformers has not been on the show since all the way back in season 5, and we have not had a mecha character on since season 6.
Yeah, a shame, really.
Yeah, so with that said,
Produce the
I
robot.
guess we'll wrap things up. Thanks for watching. As always, I'm Sam.
And good evening. Here's a
And I'm WarLord. You all take care of yourselves now.
Yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!
Have a good one.
Auf Wiedersehen.